Hey there, everyone. How y'all doing? I'm checking in here for another week here of Watercooler chats. I just wanted to go over a couple of kind of new developments of the last week, and as we're kind of working here into June consensus time, kind of what we have coming up. So I guess kind of the first thing that I think that everyone noticed from the past week, Phantom U-Trade has officially gone live. So that brings us up to about 57% of our roadmap has been completed now of the kind of original chart that we had out there, which is great. For those of you that have been paying attention, we continue to add new projects to it as well as new blockchains. So the goal is that should never hit 100%, right? That should always be our total scope of work should always be increasing over time. So super exciting, great to see. Bridge is now fully active, integrated with that blockchain, which means that we can now support bridging our token there. We can also support U-Trade functionality and etc. So that's great. This is a big part of our kind of long-term roadmap, or kind of our major goals and focuses for the upcoming the rest of the year. Expanding onto new blockchains is a big piece of that, and I do understand that though it may seem like we're just adding additional blockchains to some, this is a very important piece of developing these partnerships, building out our ecosystem, and making sure that we have more space to expand into as some of our new projects come to light. So just to kind of expand on another blockchain with Harmony, there has been a bit of a situation in the last week for those of you that have been paying close attention. We're currently finding ourselves on kind of the cusp of 2 validator slots and 1 validator slot. And because of that, we did find ourselves in a situation where we were not elected for some rounds of validation. And to accommodate for that, we're going to be making some changes internally. Currently, these nodes operate as high a reward structure as we can base them off of. I think it's 95% on Harmony. So we're doing the best that we can to kind of provide good and consistent uptime while reaching the best possible return rate. But with that being said, it's very likely that we do have to reduce down to 1 slot here in the near future. But I think that is going to be a kind of more public conversation that we have here as we get into this. To kind of further, like, where does this go, right? I think this has been a big piece for a lot of you out there. You know, we're operating a lot of different validators on a lot of different blockchains, and generally speaking, these all offer the maximum possible reward. So how does that serve who we are as an organization? How does that serve who we're going to be in the future? And these things may seem like disconnected parts. When you take a look at U-Trade on Phantom and validators on Harmony, these don't feel like one cohesive piece. But as we move ourselves further into this year and start to expand on our roadmap and some of our more ambitious targets, it's going to be very clear how these things play together. So that kind of brings me into my last point, which is kind of a piece that could potentially tie these two together, is up version 2. So we're going to be coming out here with a light paper. We've been working on we have a very, very in-depth technical document that our tech team has been working through and trying to build this out. But this is a pretty big shift for us, and I think it's going to be a very big shift for the community itself. So getting into it, I'm very excited to see this come out because it's kind of the first milestone in this what are we building towards concept. And I think it's very much going to tie in nicely with not just who do we expect to be, how do we expect to operate on these multiple blockchains, how are we going to operate on those different blockchains, provide good rewards, provide good customer service, and kind of continue to mature as a leader in some of these aspects. I think that's very key. I think you've all heard me talk about this, but a small note that I do want to end on here is sustainability. This has always been a part of our rhetoric. We've been talking about being a more sustainable organization, a more sustainable validator node, what have you, DeFi concept since 2018. This has always been a part of our ethos and who we are. And where I think that the word sustainability, in the general population, people think of green technology and carbon capture and all of these things. You've seen some funny messages by me coming out on that side. But when we as a company talk sustainability, I think really what we're driving at is building more sustainable economic systems and ecosystems in the crypto space or in the blockchain space. We kind of recognize that there are some parts of this industry that may not be so friendly to new businesses, that may not be so friendly to customers. And for that part, what defines a customer and how you operate with them. So I think that as we build into this next phase, as we work our way through Q2, which is what this is, and start off on the rest of this year, you're going to see this become a more common piece of our ethos, of our dialogue, and it's going to start showing more prevalently in the products that we debut. So with that being said, guys, I think I'm going to cut it off here for today. As always, if anybody has any questions, feel free to shoot us a message, reach out on Twitter, Discord, etc., and we'd be happy to chat more. And with that, guys, I'll give you all have the rest of your week. So thank you all so much. Bye.